Hello everyone, this is an edited down version of a live stream we had over on twitch.tv/dirty20sdnd, where I, over the course of a while, ranked every single multi-class combination in 5e. If you want to see the whole thing, go on ahead over and join our Patreon, where for $1 a month, you can get access to the entire live stream VOD. Without further ado, let's get into this video. So I've been giving a lot of thoughts about how to optimize individual classes lately. And I was thinking about how many character build videos I've made, and I'll just say it. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So we're going to go through and tier list style rank every single multi-class combination in the game, plus Blood Hunter. We have this tier list thing, and we're just kind of gonna get going. So the categories we're going to have today are going to be terrible, where the combination just doesn't work, good in moderation or situational, where maybe a few levels of one or another class is an interesting idea, but it could easily be terrible if you go too hard into one class with a few combinational rewards. Like, to spoil a bit, never go 10-10 Barbarian Fighter, for example. It just doesn't make sense. The next category is room to play, for where you can really do a lot with the combination, and depending on how you play it, there could be some diverse builds to come out of it. And great in every case, where with these two classes, you should almost always multi-class the two together, at least 1 or 2 levels to get a feature, or avoid a bad capstone in favor of more ideal base abilities from another class. And without further ado, let's get into it with our first build, Artificer Barbarian. Alright, so... wow. Alright, so... Artificer Barbarian doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Its intelligence needs to be good, as does its constitution, and it's just... you're not going to get a whole lot of utility out of that. I'm immediately just dropping it in terrible. Artificer Bard could be kind of interesting. If you grab 1 or 2 infusions, but stick mostly with Bard, that could be good. I don't see a way where a couple levels of Bard could help an Artificer, though. So... that's more situational. Artificer Blood Hunter. They're both intelligence, some infusions, some rights. There might be room to play with that. I'm not really sure if it'd be great. I'm going to also keep that one in situational, but it could very easily go in room to play. Artificer Cleric. Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense. Neither does Artificer Druid. Artificer Fighter. That could be interesting. Because... yeah, maybe... I think I'm going to put that in moderation, because a few levels of either Action Surge on an Artificer or Infusions on a Fighter, either could be interesting. Artificer Monk, that's a terrible plan. Don't do that. Artificer Paladin, same thing. But Artificer Ranger, that's one I've never seen come up before. What does Ranger get in their first few levels? Some spellcasting, favored foe. Yeah. No. Yes. Hell, I actually see there's a lot of room to play. Artificer Rogue, that is a very interesting combination that I like quite a lot. Just a few levels in either one. You could start with Artificer or Rogue. They play very well on each other. Sorcerer and Warlock don't really work here. But Artificer Wizard, that works good. I would say it's more good in moderation. I would say it's more good in moderation, but a couple levels of Artificer is pretty decent on a Wizard. Next, we're starting with the Barbarian ones. Barbarian Bard is terrible. Barbarian Blood Hunter. That's interesting. I don't think it works too well, though. Maybe if you really don't know what to do as a Barbarian. No, because your Barbarian Capstone. It's not good enough to beat that Capstone. It's terrible. Barbarian Cleric, awful. I don't think you should do it every time, but Moon Druid, Totem Warrior, Bear Barbarian works really well. I would say there's room to play with Barbarian Fighter because some fighting styles could be really good. Armor usage could be really good. Action Surge could be fantastic. There's a lot of things with Fighter that you might want at a Barbarian. However, you gotta wager your capstone. So, is it worth it or not? Barbarian Monk, that is really unoptimal. But also really, could be really fun. Got big movement speed. You could do a lot with that. But at the end of the day, I think it's pretty terrible. Barbarian Paladin. You would have to build a very specific kind of Barbarian. But I think, strangely enough, I think that could work. If you just grab... Maybe you take 5 or 6 levels in Barbarian on top of a Paladin. That might be how you want to play that. Because grabbing just a few levels in Paladin, yeah, it might not be worth it, because what you're looking at is you're looking at damage bonus compared to Rage and Divine Smite. You really want the best of all those worlds. And I'm not sure if you'd be able to play that the other way around. Barbarian Ranger, terrible. Barbarian Rogue. That one's got some options. We actually did that one in one of, I think that was in the most recent character build video. We did that one. That one has chances. That one could work. Barbarian Sorcerer, awful. Warlock. Well, hear me out. You got Pact of the Blade Warlock with a Totem Warrior Bear Barbarian. Resistance to all damage when you're raging, don't need to wear armor, and your weapon you can summon from nowhere. If you're trapped in a room, you're just as strong as you are when you're running into battle. That one you really have to play smart. I don't think that's quite a room to knock around. It's very situational. Barbarian Wizard, awful. That's Bard Bloodhunter. College of Swords Bard. It's a maybe. I'm gonna put that in situational because I think that's got a chance. Bard Cleric, no. Bard Druid, no. Bard Fighter. Fards exist. Fards exist and Fards are fun. Bard Monk, nope. Bard Paladin. Now, they both share charisma. If you made a dex-based Paladin, I think that one could work. That'd be more situational. Bard Ranger. No. Bard Rogue. Yes. I want to put that in room to play because, you know, rogues have an okay capstone. And bards have one of the worst capstones in the game. I think mixing a little bit of rogue into your bard is actually a really solid choice. If you went swashbuckler or something with a swords bard, that could work pretty good. Bard sorcerer, fantastic. Actually, with meta magic adapt, I want to put that in grade in every case. Bard sorcerer is a really good one. Somewhat similarly, Bard Warlock. It's not as good as Bard Sorcerer, but I like it. Wizard. Got Bard Wizard. Yeah, I gotta say, I don't see it. Alright, and we're on to Bloodhunter. Bloodhunter Cleric. We're going to take a step back from the whole entire gameplay side of this and just think about how interesting that could be. Go Matt Mercer's Blood Domain. with a Blood Hunter, and that could be pretty fun. But actually, this is more utility-based. Blood Hunter, Cleric. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it works. Because you'd need intelligence, wisdom, one of your physical stats, and con to all be good. That's too much splitting yourself. It's unreliable. It could work if you roll really well, but odds are it won't. You're going to be too split. Bloodhunter Druid, same reason. It could be really interesting. I just don't think it's going to work. There's Cat here now. Bloodhunter Fighter. Yeah. That's pretty good. I now have to change the aspect ratio on this because it's getting too big. Okay, Bloodhunter Monk. No. Bloodhunter Paladin. Okay. Your charisma only has to be so-so to be a paladin. You have to have a 13. And if all you want to do is Divine Smite and get Vow of Enmity. Yeah. And same goes the other way for Bloodhunter. If all you want to get is a right, your intelligence just needs to be 13. And yeah, I know your physical stat, but your physical stat's going to be good if you're either of these. Huh. I'm going to put that in good in moderation. Same with Bloodhunter Ranger. I somehow have 2 Bloodhunter Rangers. Whatever. I'm just going to skip it. Bloodhunter Rogue. Bloodhunter Rogue. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to put that in with them too, because same reason. Sneak attack on a Bloodhunter. Yeah. Sorcerer, Warlock. Bloodhunter Wizard has actually worked pretty good in Icarius with Belarus. I'm going to drop it in here with a caveat that you really gotta plan to play with that one. That one could be, yeah. Cleric Druid, that is, well, actually, I've never thought about that. The issue is it pulls you away from your capstone on both those. And I'm not sure if that's worth it. So I'd say if you're not really a wild shaping druid and you don't really care about automatically getting your god to grant your wishes, that might not be a stupid thing. But I'm gonna move it down to here because yeah, that's not the most optimal. Cleric Fighter. Action Surge on a Cleric sounds pretty great to me. Cleric Monk. That's not great. Well, Dex Cleric, Wisdom's good on both. I don't think that's the worst idea, actually. Cleric Paladin, that's actually, really good. But, yeah, Cleric Monk, situational. It's good in moderation. Cleric Ranger, that's bad. Don't mix those two. Cleric Rogue, situational. There's chances when that could be good, but it's not always good. Cleric Sorcerer is Wisdom and Charisma gotta both be good. You're a cleric, so your physical stats gotta be there, at least a little. I'm gonna put that in terrible, along with Cleric Warlock. Cleric Wizard, also pretty bad. Yeah, and I gotta resize again. Great, now you can see the ads. Fantastic. Druid Fighter. That's not good. Druid Monk. There's actually a lot of room to play with that one, because you can still use your martial arts in your animal form. It's pretty good, actually. I've seen people use it to pretty good effect. Alright, Druid Paladin. Yeah. I don't think that one's so hot. I think you can actually Divine Smite when you're wild shape, but you need to be using a weapon. So you'd have to be like an ape. I don't think it'd be worth it. Multiclassing Druid and Ranger. That works pretty well. But it might cut away from your... If you're a Ranger and you grab a little bit of Druid, that's fine. If you're a Druid and you grab some Ranger, what are you doing? So I'd say it's very situational multiclass, but sometimes it works. Druid Rogue. You can sneak attack if, again, like Paladin, if you're wielding a weapon that meets all the criteria. I mean... Expertise, stealth, that might actually be, well, nah, no. Yeah, I don't think that one works. Druid Sorcerer just probably not work. No. Druid Warlock and Druid Wizard, no. Those guys are hard to multi-class with each other. Those are difficult ones. You notice they're mostly winding up in the terrible. Fighter Monk, actually pretty good. Action Surge on a Monk works really well. Fighter Paladin, also pretty good. Fighter Ranger. Fighter Ranger. Yeah, you would definitely want to be a Ranger and grab some Fighter. Ranger's capstone is fine. I don't remember it being particularly staggering. I want to say, if you're a Ranger and you grab some Fighter, that's pretty good. You can grab some Fighter and you'll be fine. If you're a Fighter, don't take any Ranger. That's that caveat on that guy. Fighter Rogue. Sneak attack, a swashbuckler Fighter could actually be pretty good. Fighter Sorcerer. And I, once again, have to change the aspect ratio. Very cool. Fighter Warlock. Yeah, well, actually, if you do some Fighter with a fighting style, Pact of the Blade, Action Surge, Eldritch Blast, there's a lot of options there that could actually be pretty interesting. And Fighter Wizard, no. Yeah, Blade Singer, whatever. You want Wizard to get, yeah, you want Wizard to get really high. You want Wizard to be insanely powerful, because it is. You want Wizard to be always the bigger majority, because of those high-level abilities, high-level spells. To get Fighter anywhere usable, you'll have to depower Wizard too much, which you don't want to do. Monk Paladin. Charisma, Dex, Wisdom. You still need Con to be good. The only ones you can tank are Intelligence and Strength. You can't Divine Smite your fists. That's pretty bad. Monk Ranger. I don't even need to say it, that's just bad. Monk Rogue. Monk's 20th level ability. Not so hot. Rogue's 20th level ability. Pretty good. If you're a monk, you can grab some Rogue and be fine. Would you be better off with some Rogue than more key points? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. The ability to sneak attack, even once a turn, could be pretty cool in a monk. You're using a lot of dex weapons, a lot of things that'd be very compatible. You can't sneak attack with your fists, obviously, but you can only use your fists, you know. So, I think that's fine. I think that works. Monk Sorcerer is not good. Monk Warlock is not good. Monk Wizard is not good. Those three are just easy. Just snap them away. Paladin Ranger. Why would you do that? That's not good. Paladin Rogue. This one, Rogue Paladin actually is kind of... I don't think every Paladin needs to go Rogue, every Rogue needs to go Paladin. However, that is a deadly combination. Rogue Paladin, I've played one. It's stupid. You'll get too much damage in one turn. It's insane, because all you need to Divine Smite is a weapon. You could just make sure that weapon is compatible with your sneak attack, so you get a rapier, or what I did was 2 short swords, so that way I have more chances to hit to get sneak attack and more chances to hit to Divine Smite with 2-weapon fighting. Oh, it's good. It's very good. Paladin Sorcerer. Paladin's capstone abilities depend on their subclass. They're almost all exceptionally good. Sorcerer's capstone sucks. I'm going to put this in situational, because most of the time you want Paladin to get to 20. But you can grab Paladin as another class to enhance your melee repertoire. If you're a sorcerer who likes to get closer in combat, grabbing some Paladin is probably good. It'll give you some armor proficiencies. It'll give you a lot of chances to be more on the front lines. Same actually goes with Warlock. I'd say that both of those work pretty good with Paladin. Actually, Paladin Warlock is actually really good. Because Pact Magic works really well with Divine Smite. So that's actually like really good. Paladin Wizard sucks. Ranger Rogue. I would say that this one actually... Yeah. If you're a Ranger, you should grab some Rogue. And if you're a Rogue, it might hurt you to grab some Ranger, but if you're a Ranger, grab some Rogue. It's like, Ranger is not the best class in the game. It is probably one of the worst. They keep trying to make it better, and you know what? Most of their attempts are kind of successful. But it works really well with multiclassing. Sorcerer works really well with multiclassing. Warlock and Ranger. If you're those classes, you can kind of just grab and take from others, because you're not expecting amazing things at every level. Like if you're a monk, you can just go monk to 20 and you'll get cool things every level. Same with wizard. But if you're one of those classes that only gets things every so often, maybe grabbing another level in another class might actually really help you out. That might be really good. Yeah, Ranger Sorcerers, no. Ranger Warlock, no. Ranger Wizard, no. Rogue Sorcerer, actually, there's some really cool things you could do with that. If you want to play Rogue and grab some Sorcerer, say you're playing... Yeah, you wouldn't play an Arcane Trickster because they use Intelligence. But I would say if you're a Shadow Sorcerer, grabbing some Rogue could be pretty cool. And if you're a Rogue, grabbing some Shadow Sorcerer could be pretty cool. Also, Aberrant Mind. Aberrant Mind for those extra spells. I'm gonna put this... There's some definite room to play there. And Rogue Warlock. Not the most optimal. I've done it. You can be strong for about 2 turns and then you're weaker than everyone else. Those 2 turns, though, you might finish the fight. It's very, very interesting. Rogue Wizard. I would say it's good in a lot of situations. I'm going to put it in a room to play because there's a lot of situations where it could be very good. Just not everyone. Oh, this is how you do Coffee Lock. I'd say there's definitely some room to play there if you do it right. Sorcerer Wizard is not good. Warlock Wizard, actually, hear me out. Warlock Wizard, there's so many chances for you to get spells that you can cast it an unlimited number of times to use any of those with a scribe's wizard could be really interesting. Because off the top of my head, there's some warlock ones that you can auto cast that deal damage, and you can automatically change the damage type if you're a scribe's wizard. So that could be really good. And now to kind of gloss over our list and see if we have any changes we want to make. So we're going to start in Great in every case. Bard, Sorcerer, and Paladin Rogue. They're really good combinations. And then we go down to Rune to play. Artificer Rogue. Yeah, that kind of belongs there. Barbarian Druid. The capstones of both of those are really good. However, if you want to multiclass, you would have to multiclass very evenly. Especially if you want to be able to turn into an elemental. So it's not great at every case, but it goes here. Barbarian Fighter is the exact same thing. You would want to go 4 levels in Barbarian or 4 levels in Fighter, and you wouldn't want to bump it up past that. But doing that would never damage your character's integrity. Bard Rogue. Yeah, kind of belongs here. Grabbing some rogue levels on a Bard is good. Bard Warlock, same. Cleric Paladin. Yeah, you're splitting yourself. Charisma, Wisdom. Need a physical stat. I like it. It's powerful. Druid Monk. Druid Monk. Druid Monk? No, Druid Monk. Yeah. Fighter Monk. Fighter Paladin. Fighter Ranger.
Fighter Rogue. Yeah. Paladin Warlock. Ranger Rogue.
Ranger Rogue. I might actually want to move that up. So, rogues have some good things at later levels, but Ranger really complements them. I think that those two classes go insanely well together. I want to leave those in Great in every case.
Rogue Warlock. Yeah, no, I'm stick with that.
And then we move down to Great in Moderation or Situational. Artificer Bard. Why is that here? Why is Artificer Bard here? That's not good. That's going there. That's not good. Artificer Bloodhunter. Yeah, no, that works. Intelligence, a physical stat. It all kind of matches up with each other. Some rights, some fusions. Either way, it could be pretty... It's situational, but it's good.
Artificer Fighter, yeah. Artificer Wizard, Barbarian Paladin, yeah. Barbarian Rogue. Yeah, no, cut too many different abilities. It's kind of very situational.
Barbarian Rogue. I want to move that up. I'm going to move that to Rune to play. If you're going to multi-class Barbarian and Rogue, you're going to go hard into both. You're not going to pick one. Because there's no conflict of extra attack. You can make the same weapons. If you got a rapier, and you can deal with a shield because you're Barbarian. Yeah, that could work pretty good, actually. You can reckless attack to get sneak attack. Yeah. Barbarian Warlock, yeah, because the Pact of the Blade thing. Bard Blood Hunter. Yeah, you're putting your abilities pretty hard there, but College of Swords. Yeah. Bard Fighter, same thing. Bard Paladin, that's a pretty cool one. You know, be a singing God-fearing man. Blood Hunter Fighter, yep. Blood Hunter Paladin. Okay. Blood Hunter Ranger. No. Blood Hunters need to be up close. Blood Hunter's capstone is pretty good. Oh well. But the tracking. You can already track pretty good as a Blood Hunter. Yeah, we're dropping this down to terrible. I don't think you should ever do that one, actually. That's probably not going to be great. Where were we? Blood Hunter Wizard, yep.
Druid, Cleric Fighter. Yeah, Cleric Monk. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Cleric Rogue. Yeah. Druid Ranger, Cleric Warlock. Yeah. Rogue, Sorcerer, Barbarian.
And then we move on to our terrible ones. Artificer, Barbarian, yeah. Bard.
Cleric, Druid, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Sorcerer, Warlock, yep. Barbarian Bard, yeah, I don't know what that would look like. Barbarian Bloodhunter.
Barbarian Blood. Oh. Ooh. No, wait. Barbarian Bloodhunter. Hang on. Yeah, it requires some intelligence. Just 13 to get it. But say you have, say you trashed your charisma, you trashed your wisdom. You got a good strength, good con, decent intelligence, and non-zero dexterity. Right damage, great sword. Okay. This one's hard because of a million different ability scores that need to be good. But I like it. I actually think that one does belong up there. Yeah. Barbarian, Cleric,
Monk, Ranger, Sorcerer, Wizard, Bard, Cleric, Bard, Druid, Bard, Monk, Bard, Ranger, Bard, Wizard, all bad. Bloodhunter, Cleric. Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't work. Neither does Druid. Monk, nope. Ranger, no. Sorcerer, Warlock, nope. Alright, Cleric, Ranger, no. Cleric, Sorcerer, no. Cleric, Warlock, no. Cleric, Wizard, no.
Druid, Fighter, no. Well, hold on. Yes. Well, okay. You lose your ability to wild shape at will at level 20. But action surge on any druid that has to wild shape as an action, pretty good. Fighting style for a druid who doesn't have to. You could get it from a feat, and you'd still have your ability to wild shape at will. I would say this one isn't terrible, but it's very situational. We're gonna put it there. I'm gonna leave it there, and that's what we're gonna do.
Druid Paladin, nope. Druid Rogue, no. Druid Sorcerer, no. Druid Warlock, no. Druid Wizard, nope. Alright, Fighter. Alright, Fighter. Fighter, Sorcerer. No, Cider, Warlock, Sorcerer. Huh. Yeah, no. Fighter, Wizard, nope. Wizard. Monk, Paladin, nope. Monk, Ranger, no. Monk, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, nope. Paladin, Ranger, and Paladin, Wizard, nope. Ranger, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard, nope. And lastly, Sorcerer, Wizard, nope.
Okay. This looks like it's our tier list. I feel pretty, yeah, so we, maybe not any new revelations, but we definitely saw some combinations that I've never thought of before. Like, I'd never once looked at Barbarian Bloodhunter, but now that I have, that sounds pretty fun. As just Cleric Monk. Like, there's just some combinations that I've never really thought of here before that could be pretty interesting. I might start looking to making some NPCs, because I can never play, because I'm forever DM. But you know what? Some NPCs with these combinations could be pretty interesting. And that is our final tier list. This doc will be available to download in the description below, as will the tier list link be down in the description below for you to do yourself and maybe compare with us on Twitter. So you can go ahead and tweet us at dirty20s_DND with your tier list, and maybe we'll see if we disagree or agree on a lot of things. As always, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our social media, share them around, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow us on Twitch as well as on Patreon. If you are already following us on Twitch, you would have gotten the notification to watch this live. So this channel cannot grow without your support, and I just wanted to thank you all for everything you guys have done so far. I do my best to read every comment, and it really means the most when you guys offer genuine support, ideas, and even constructive criticism. It all matters here. But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. Bye.